All righty, there we go. Now, you guys. All right, can you guys hear me now? All right, perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, I have my Beats and headphones on because I'm doing this uh this live broadcast, but I don't have a mic, so I'm not sure how clear it sounds because I don't have my microphone because I'm at home and I just brought my computer home and someone had a request for something that they asked like a while ago and I did it in a video. However, it was a Q&A or something like that, and I have no idea where it's at. So I'm going to do this one as a dedicated video for, for this particular question. Okay. So thank you guys for your patience. If you're still around, because if you're listening to the playback, you didn't make it this far. If you made it this far, thank you so much for allowing me to work through my technical difficulties. Okay. But as you guys can see, what is on screen is excuse me, kind of like a bookmark or like a page clip that is, I believe, completely done from paper. Um, I don't believe that it is, a sticker on it. I believe she's also trying to do it from paper. So I'm going to show just basically the setup of it. Now, I'm not showing, of course, how to make it. I can pretty much talk you through like how I suspect that this was made, but I'm not making, I'm just showing the design and what you would need to do to be able to set this up. All right. So my name is Shakia Pericles. I am known as Shakia the Professor. Our company is HSINK365. We're the home of the Honestly Speaking brand of products. We carry the absolute best, most efficient, hassle-free, perfect for beginners sublimation paper. We really eliminate the guesswork. Just about every single substrate that you can think of can be sublimated as low as 365 degrees, as fast as 30 seconds. Um, Except for things like slate, ceramic, glass, and like acrylic. Those have a couple different like settings for those. But just about everything else, you can take the guesswork out no matter what the packaging says. You'll be able to get amazing results at 365, 30 seconds, no butcher paper required, as it does not bleed through the back. All right, so check out our website, shop at hsink365.com to, check out our products and what we have to offer, maybe even order a sample pack. We're also the home of Silhouette Anonymous, which is where you are watching this at now. We've been doing videos to teach you how to use and master Silhouette Studio for about 8-9 years now. Probably like more like 9-10, somewhere in there. But it's been a really, really long time that I've been teaching guys all the way back from version 3. So you can check out all of that content, all right? So like I said, in this one, we're going to basically set up, I don't have these exact images. I'm just going to use other images. You can probably see like them in the corner down at the bottom. I'm going to use that, all right? You guys with me? You ready for this? Let me know in the chat if you guys are ready. This is also a mic check for me, making sure that you guys can hear me loud and clear. Okay, perfect. Great, great. You guys can hear me. All right. So I really don't know like the size that they kind of made this. I'm not sure if the original person that did it, because they have these little clips in the store. So you could take that and measure it and go off of, how that clip is set up. I don't have one of those in front of me. So I'm just going to go off of what's here. This is not going to be to scale. I'm not saying that this is the size that it should be because I don't have one in front of me. I don't know what size she wants it to be. I'm just going to show the steps and the how of how to do this, the processes of how you would go about creating something like this. I am going to use the image that, this is her reference one as far as sizing up the rounded rectangle. So I'm going to use that, okay? Now, I'm going to size it up based off of this, but I'll also show, like, if you're trying to design it from scratch, of course, you won't have this image, what you would end up doing. So I'm going to start off with a rounded rectangle. And I'm just going to hold down shift so that it becomes a perfect square. So it's going to be a rounded square. Pull this down to here. And again, this is just to kind of get like a general size. All right. And then I'm going to duplicate that, grab one of the end nodes. I hold down shift and alt on a PC. You can hold down shift and option on a Mac. And I'm just going to bring this out to that inner edge. And then I'm going to duplicate it again. Go to the corner, doesn't matter which one you choose, alt and shift at the same time, and then pull this out. Okay, so just giving me kind of a general like size. I'm going to add some color to this so you can see what's going to happen. We're going to go ahead, right click, and make this a compound path. So we have our inner piece, and then we have the ring around here. Now, if you want to design this from scratch, I'm just going to make a rounded rectangle. And then we're going to offset. And this will determine how big the part that you separate to clip. That's what this first offset will determine. So you can make that again as big or as small as you would like that channel to be. And then we're going to offset it again. And this is for the outside. So we can take that and make it a little bit bigger. And same thing, I'm going to fill it in with some color. We're going to right click and make it a compound path. All right. Now, what you would do from here, and I actually probably could have fixed this a bit more because it did kind of round off a little bit too much. I actually probably would have, I'm going to just release compound path on this, kind of do the same thing where I would duplicate it in front. So I use the keyboard shortcut of holding down Alt or Option and clicking, and then resize it like this. I'm going to send this to the back, okay? And I would, same thing, Shift and Alt to scale it. Or you could also copy, paste in front, and then hold down Alt and Shift and go bigger. I'm going to send this to the back so I can see. And so this is another way that it could be done, make it a compound path. So as you can see, it's literally the same exact setup, no matter which method you use. I'm sorry if you guys can hear Zayni Manya. Again, I'm home. This is an impromptu one, all right? So I hope you guys don't mind. Now, you can choose to kind of cut it off that way. No matter what you put on there, you're blocking it off. So when we cut this, we cannot have this where this is open, right? Because it's going to cut through here. These are going to be separate. So you want to put a box here. You can choose to have it come to the center mark. So I'm going to pull this down. You just want to make sure that you're covering that open part. Okay, so that's a little bit above, below center. All right, so let's say it's here. If you select that and then weld it, now this is the part that will cut out, and you know that you'll put this like in the front of your page and this goes behind it. So that's how you basically create that. So you can have this be your base and your foundation, and then you can put anything else over top. So I'm going to ungroup. We're going to pull this here. We're going to resize it. All right, and now I'm going to just change the color like that, and also no line color. Now, there's two things that you can do at this point. You can simply group this together, right? And we can also, I'm going to ungroup this one. You're going to take the image, and I'm going to copy it. I'm going to select the image and the background, and I'm going to weld. So I've made that as like that permanent shape, and then I'm going to paste in front. So in case you wanted to cut this out from something else and then be able to print and cut this, and put it on top, you could do that. But this right here, if you're just going to print and cut the whole thing, I'm going to just center this to page and then go over here. When you go to cut it out, of course you would size it. Right now it's pretty big. I'm not, I don't know how big, they want it, how big it's supposed to be. That's up to you guys based off of, how big you want it. But once you go to send, you're going to you see how you see all of these lines. You just go to the edge. So you would, turn your registration marks on. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go directly by 7. Your machine is on, your Mac is on, registration marks on. Take my thickness all the way up. I have an Epson printer, so it does have the option to print borderless. The margin when you were using the drivers is 0.125, so I can actually take my insets all the way out to make more room. So we would just have this here, and then you can do duplicates. And I'm just going to duplicate this here. Well, I'll just go straight down because I'm not going to have enough room to do 4 on that row, at least not at that size. All right, so I would have these here. You would go ahead, print it out. If you're going to laminate them, sometimes in certain, depending on which machine you have, sometimes it won't pick up on the registration marks if it is laminate over it. So you could laminate the front of this and then fully laminate like the back. So split it up and then put your laminate, or put your, if you're going to use like the cold laminate, which is more like just like adhesive, try to get it where it's inside the registration marks and not covering them to make sure that they read. And then you can put like another piece of laminate on the back if you want it both sides laminated. And then you would go and cut it. So you'll put this on here, and when you send, I think I already set it up to cut edge. So all of it will be cut edge. Your test will be on the blade settings. You can add copy the laminate. So I don't have an exact like blade setting. So cutting is more design. But that question now you can also do this. I'm going to do it with the one that I created over here. If you have, let's say, an SVG, I'm just going to make this bigger. It's the same thing technically applies, right? I'm going to click here, and we're going to make this black. fill it with no color. You're going to size this. If I wanted her fro to come out to the outside, I could do that. Okay? But nothing changes. That's all grouped together. And I don't, as you notice here, this is still like it's open. I'm going to pull this down. We do have to close it off. So we're going to take our image, we're going to copy it, we're going to select it all, and then we're going to weld. That's going to make it where it's going to cut in here, and that's going to be, again, the opening to clip onto your page. And then we're going to go paste in front, and then your image will be there. You're going to select this, and oh, someone, y'all, now you're saying that my voice is wobbly. I don't know why. And then we're going to group it together. And then you would do the same thing as far as putting it on your design page and sizing it up. Yeah, I don't have my, but she needed this. I'll try and redo it at a later date, but I wanted to do this when she needed this tutorial. I'll try and do it, like I said, at a later date. If I listen back to it and the audio is just completely messed up, I will redo it over again. But hopefully you guys kind of got the gist of how this goes. I'm not sure if my beats, if they're going out or what, but hopefully you guys got the gist of how this is done. And then these images here, if you guys are on Facebook, I got them. So that's great with AI art. Miss LaDonna. And this one came from Etsy. But were you guys able to at least follow? I know some people are saying that it is glitchy, my voice was wobbly, but were you able to kind of, well, if you can hear me, catch the gist of how this is to be set up? Maybe y'all can't, maybe y'all really can't hear me. If I listen to the playback and it's really bad, I'll just do kind of just a step-by-step with no audio. All right. Well, hopefully, I mean, it's enough for her to finish her project tonight. Like I said, if I listen to it and it's kind of off, I'll just record the steps and try and do a voiceover from my phone. Don't forget to visit our website, shop.hsink365.com, which actually I can't even go to now because I went off of it. I went to StreamYard. But visit our website, shop.hsink365.com. That's where you can enroll in our Silhouette Studio classes, order paper and ink, also purchase digital files and templates that we have. Until next time, guys, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.